Championship, because our next game is coming up right now, and we've got the Cook Islands and Nauru playing for this clash. So it's non-stop sevens action. As you can see, the team list just on your screen, and the crowd definitely starting to build here at ANZ Stadium, Suva, as we get closer to close of business, close of school. I can see more school students making their way into the far side as the teams make their way onto the field. So Nauru in their yellow strip, the Cook Islands in their green. And ready to go for this clash. Marty, what's your tip? Who's your thoughts on who's going to take this game?
I've been watching the training sessions very closely, Paddy, and the Cook Islands, both the men and the women looked really solid actually the last couple of days. So not on any sort of massively informed opinion, but I'm going for the Cook Islands, I think, in this one. And there's no doubt, like I said earlier, that Sevens runs in the bloods of these islands in the Pacific, so another entertaining 14 minutes on the cards.
So Nauru to kick off. And they opt for the short kick and ambitiously take it's kicked downfield. So Nauru going for the cheeky play, hasn't paid off. And this could lead to a bit of a scramble in defence. And we've even had a knock-on, so probably ambitious to say the least to start with.
Nauru with a lesson there on how not to start a sevens game. They've lost 30 metres in 30 seconds, so...
Not even that.
The Cook Islands will get first crack at this one, and let's see what they can do with the ball.
Fortune does favour the brave. So
fine.
If it pays off, they were geniuses, so now have a scrum to the Cook Islands, and they go on that far right-hand side. A great run by Napara, and he's managed to fend off one. This could be the first try of the game to the Cook Islands.
Advantage.
Just short.
Roll. Step back.
And a pick and go, and that could be the try. And it is. So the Cook Islands have gone 60 metres in 30 seconds and claimed the first try. I didn't quite grab the number
Junior
there.
Joyce it was there.
Yep, thank you.
Big outstretched right hand popping the ball down. It looked like Sir LaPera was going to go himself, but we can see Joyce there at the back of the ruck. He just spotted that gap down there and said, thank you very much. And that's the first 5-pointer.
So, kick to come from the far corner. A difficult kick in any field around the world. He's got decent height on it. Ooh, it just shies away to the right of the post. So 5-0. Cook Islands lead Nauru here at the Oceania Rugby Sevens Championship. Look to come back for the restart. Kicked high and long by the Cook Islands.
Backwards.
Nauru just pushes it back, but it's good for the men in green and white. They've managed to grab onto it. So the Cook Islands again with possession. Oh, and a little knock on, maybe. Yes, the referee spotted it and agreed. That was Stephen Willis, the captain of the Cook Islands, and he just had a little look at the defence rushing up at him. So we'll come back for the scrum. About 40 metres out
Fine.
from Nauru's line. They are in possession though. And nice work there off the back of the scrum by Kenneth Oppenheimer. Then gets the ball out to his winger and throws the ball back on the inside. This is Jeremiah, but it's been slapped down by the Cook Islands defence. So
Knockdown.
that's a yellow card for a deliberate knockdown. So very tough there on Stephen Willis, the Cook Islands captain. He is frustrated with that result. But as always, Marty, referees rule is law. As Nauru have the ball in possession, and Cook Islands may have stolen this back, and they have done so. So I want to hold on to this ball for as long as possible with a player in the sin bin. They just go to that short far-hand side and an interesting pass. Then it may have come back for Nauru. This is an opportunity for the men in yellow. But we'll come back for the knock-on, says the referee. And it was a enterprising play from both teams there, Martin.
Interesting option there from the Cook Islands player there to throw the ball back on the inside. It was like a jet coming out of his hand left to right, as we see the skipper there on the sideline for that deliberate knockdown. He wasn't happy with the decision, but like you said, Paddy, the referee's always correct. As looks like Joyce will feed the scrum for the Cook Islands, and they'll look to, like you said, wind down the clock with the one-man disadvantage.
Well, Kenneth Oppenheimer stands opposite his opposite number in Junior Naparo, feeds the ball in, and ball slowly comes out for the Cook Islands. They've retreated into their end goal. They've kicked over the top, but not long, which is going to give Nauru another opportunity to potentially score out wide, and they've pushed the ball back. Nauru managing to maintain possession is Jeremiah. But that ball is flying everywhere as Nauru go for the line. Wrestled to the ground. This is an absolute scrap between these two sides as they refuse to back down. Nauru managing to hold on to possession. That's Harris. Takes the ball on the contact. And looks like we're coming back for a knock-on, says the referee. So Nauru with all the possession at the moment, Marty, but just not able to seal the deal.
Some of the best goal line defence you'll see all weekend there from the Cook Islands. Down a man, just absolutely being harassed and bombarded by the Nauru team, and they managed to hold on and wind down that clock a little bit more, and that's huge with just over a minute remaining in the first half.
You're listening to the thoughts of Marty Cambridge from rugby.com.au. Nice little rugby website if you haven't checked it out. For our friends across the Pacific as we come back for this scrum. About 15 metres out on the Cook Islands goal line. Looking to hold on to this ball at the moment and see what they can do. They brushes off one, does Johnson.
Respect.
Just going from side to side at the moment. Nauru just happy to let them come at them. And this is a better run from the Cook Islands. Looks to throw the ball back on the inside. There is numbers here if they can move the ball. Playing advantage for a late hit in back play. As the Cook Islands now just patiently move. That was Stephen Wills, the captain, who's re-entered the fray. Looking to get a second try of the game. Matuama moves the ball inside. Nauru's 22. And a quick tap here by Willis. He goes for the corner. Is he going to score it? He will. So the Cook Islands score their second in this match after defending for so long. Take the score to 10-0. Nauru will be left to rue a missed opportunity at the other end.
Yeah, great work there by Willis. That 2 minutes on the sideline gave him a bit of time to catch his breath, and he used all that energy there to get over the line and extend the lead for the Cook Islands. But yeah, Nauru, they'll be disappointed again. We've seen now 2 games in a row where the side with the one-man advantage hasn't been able to capitalise. So they'll be very disappointed with that as the half-time hurdy goes, and the Cook Islands look to make it 12-0.
So it's been, and that's just shy to the right of the post. So all one-way traffic on the scoreboard. But Nauru have certainly had their say in this match as it's 10-0 to the Cook Islands against Nauru at half-time.
Nauru would be pretty happy to go to the break with 7 men still on the field after that late that have been shown a yellow card, to be honest, because he laid out. See the coach here from Cook Islands giving some words to his side. He'll be very happy with their first half, no doubt. So both teams just having some much needed hydration. You can see the Cook Islands coach just barking orders at his troops. About 28 degrees here in Suva today, pretty high humidity.
But the cloud cover has meant that we have been protected from the sun, so it's made for very nice rugby conditions. Plenty of action left to come in today. Across the Pacific in Fiji or very much championship. Of course, for the non-World Series teams, this is important in terms of Commonwealth Games qualification. This championship, we'll be able to see who's still in the hunt to head to the Gold Coast next year, tomorrow. But that's certainly an extra incentive for teams at all levels who want to compete at that top level to make sure that they can get to the Commonwealth Games, which is going to be one of 2 7's tournaments on Australian soil next year, along with the Sydney 7's, which is a combined tournament for men's and women's.
Yeah, it's a huge year of 7's this year, Paddy. Of course, the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast in Australia. The HSBC World Series kicks off at the end of this month in Dubai, and then they move to Cape Town and go through the regular season, and then of course the World Cup in San Francisco midway through the year to wrap it all up. And it's just awesome to be a part of it and to be able to watch the journey of these players as they go through such an important year of rugby 7's.
Yeah, really, this tournament really is the start of a big year for all the competing countries, and it's going to be an exciting journey. I do wonder who will not only claim the Commonwealth Games medals, but also who's going to be leading the top of the ladder at the end of the World Series. We've seen how strong to get to the top you have to be. So as we have a restart, and that's been buried well off field. That's made the running track that surrounds this beautiful ground at ANZ Stadium Server. So that's gone pretty far. So Nauru will get the opportunity from halfway.
Speaking of the ground, Paddy, I don't know if we've ever called from a better position with the ocean right in front of us. It's just an absolutely beautiful landscape, an absolutely beautiful stadium here in Suva.
Yeah, in a beautiful country. Normally we're in a tent on a bit of scaffolding where we can't see anything, so this is amazing. So Nauru get us underway again. Little inside ball to a barnstorming Harris. And flat pass to Jeremiah. Manages to wrestle the ball back and did very well there. Gets it to Aguirre. And there's about penalty too for the Cook Islands. I think that was a high shot. So the men in green and white get another opportunity as they move it to the left side of the field. And a daring run there by Pera. And just get the ball back into the midfield, and there's space out here for the Cook Islands. They just need to run it straight and draw the man, and they go back on the inside. And a little dance and a dart from Matumania. Manages to get the ball out wide. This is dangerous from the Cook Islands. Are they going to score in the corner? The Nauru cover defence comes across. The Cook Islands patiently hold on to the ball. They get it to Johnston. Throws the ball on the outside, and that was Napara. And this is going to be a try to captain Stephen Willis, who gets his second. So the Cook Islands, they take a 0-15 lead, and Nauru would be frustrated, Marty, but the Cook Islands just really showing that they've got a good game plan and got patience.
Yeah, the Cook Islands are playing fantastic footy. Stephen Willis there with his second try, but he's got a lot to thank the man inside him for. He'll get the ball here in a minute. The number 6, I just can't catch his name. Junior Joyce it was. He stepped around a couple, opened up the space, and that was it. Stephen Willis with his second try.
Loving the headband on Willis as well. That strong headband game as the conversion is successful. Decent kick there by Reece Joyce. So 0-17. 17-0, I should say.
Sub. Number 10.
There's a couple of substitutions think about to be made.
Number 10.
There's a couple of good haircuts out there, Paddy, I think.
I think this is probably the tournament for haircuts.
Yeah, you might be able to try a couple of those when you get back to Sydney.
And we're underway again. Cook Islands bury the ball deep into Nauru territory, and Kenneth Oppenheimer manages to take it cleanly. Looks to dart through one, throws the overhand pass, and another opportunity through Willis, and throws a blind pass, and the Cook Islands are going to score in the corner. And they are putting Nauru away at the moment, and that was Raru who scored the try. So they've really taken this game away from Nauru. Showed a lot of promising signs early on, but Cook Islands showing that they're going to be a challenging team this weekend, Martin.
Yeah, Nauru just guilty of playing the clock a little bit there. I think 15-0 down, and trying to chase those points as the clock starts to get away from them. But Cook Islands were good enough to capitalise on it, and they extended their lead again, and they're having another tough group too. The three-team group for this one includes New Zealand. So New Zealand and Fiji would be the favourites coming in this weekend. And the Cook Islands are showing New Zealand that they're not just here to make up the numbers. And it's going to be an absolute belter when we get to see that one later down the track.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Plenty of action coming up here on the Oceania Rugby 7's Championship. Head to the Oceania Rugby website for the draw. And make sure you catch your favourite team, but maybe some others as well, as we head into what will not quite be the last play. Still a minute and a half to go in this game, and Nauru still have an opportunity to try and wrestle back this scoreline. 22-0. What can the men in the yellow jerseys do? And that ball looks like it's been stolen by the Cook Islands. That's a great steal. Willis goes to the left-hand side. And Cook Islands again just taking advantage of possession. Goes back on the inside, but that's a knock-on by Smith. And the referee's happy with it. Smith goes back to rescue it, and can't play the player without the ball, unfortunately. So come back for the penalty to Nauru. They have an opportunity now to get out of their 22, which they haven't really been able to do much in this second half. And that's a bit of gas. Runs into the Solomon line. That was Lutia. Nauru just moving the ball, throws it back on the inside, does Johnston. And this is scrappy play. We've had a knock on once again. Nauru showing some really promising signs. They've got some real size to their team as well, Marty, which I like, which I'm sure will come in handy for them throughout the championship.
Yeah, they've definitely got size, but as we do see in the sevens format of the game, size late in these second halves can mean that you slow down a bit. And they just seem to be running out of legs here now, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Cook Islands manage to put some more points on before this game's through.
So the Cook Islands get the ball out to Raia. He's having a good run. Got a bit of speed on him, does the man with the blue headgear, and he wrestles his way out of the tackle. And that is very good stuff by Tia Raia. He's done very well to score that try. Full-time siren echoes throughout the stadium. So that'll be it for this match. Cook Islands will take it at the moment, 27-0. Kick to come. Napara lines it up. It's got decent height, but it's going to shy away to the right of the post. So that's full time here in this match, and